I guess probably I think of some brands like Adidas, Nike and all.
I think of Nike.
And I think of Air Jordans.
Feet.
Handbag.
Jordans. Clarks.
I think style. Style's the first thing.
There's been shoemaking in the town to varying degrees for over 900 years, and it all started really quite smallly. Northampton was very much like any other town. It had a few shoemakers, like everywhere did, who were making shoes for the sort of local population of Northampton, but a series of incidents and sort of good luck and the position of Northampton meant that slowly Northampton town built itself up to be one of the sort of shoemaking capitals really of the UK and further afield. So shoemaking in Northampton has been really important, particularly from the point where it was industrialised. So industrialisation came quite late to the shoe industry, and that's where shoemakers came in to work in these factories, and then instead of maybe making the whole shoe, they would go into departments. So clicking, the making, the closing, the finishing, the rough stuff room. So it was quite regimented. But what that meant that from the late 1850s up until the 1900s, shoemaking just boomed in Northampton.
My name is Lewis Bennett and I am quality manager. Roughly the whole process takes around 8 weeks. We try and aim for 8 weeks. It will start off at the very start. The tickets will be issued. We'll get the order come in, the tickets will be issued, and then we'll go to Richard. He'll sort the leather out.
There are some styles that we do the cutting by hand, and there are some styles that we cut by press. So depending on what the style is, we know who is going to pick up.
That will then be issued to the clickers. Clickers will then click them.
So probably at the peak of shoemaking within the town centre itself, then there were over 400 factories and establishments making shoes, making the components for shoes. So today, the number of shoe companies in Northampton is obviously much smaller than it was, but actually the shoe companies that are still here are known around the world.
You'll go through closing, where they make all the uppers up.
Back in 1829, Joseph Tricker, he had a daughter called Clara. My great-great-great-granddad then married Clara, so that's where my family steps in. Ever since then, it's gone down to the son of every single one. So my dad is the managing director now. Well, I am next in the line, I guess.
Northampton shoes have always been exported across the entire world from really very early on. And today, you may not see somebody in Northampton in a pair of Northampton-made shoes, But if you go to Japan, if you go to Italy, if you go across the world, then certainly if you want a very traditionally classic, very well made pair of shoes, then you get them made in Northampton.
The uppers will then be lasted to the insole over the last. That's where you start to see the shoe take its first bit of shape.
I think it's really important industry to the town. I know that lots of people say that it's like a dead or dying industry and, you know, shoemaking doesn't happen here anymore, but it certainly does. It has that worldwide reputation. And also I think it's nice that it's still here because it's based in heritage and it has this very long history. So if you bought a pair of, say, Church's shoes and you took them back to Church's, they'd be able to, from all the numbering system that they have within the shoe, they'd be able to tell you exactly who made those shoes. And I think it's that whole idea of quality, of sustainability, and that you're buying into something. So instead of buying 20 pairs of shoes from Primark, if you buy, you know, one pair of shoes from a Northampton company, then they will last you quite possibly a whole lifetime.
You'll then go through into the making room where they'll add the bottom units, so the sole, the heel.
It's unfortunate that not as many shoe factories still remain. Obviously we've still got a few in Northampton and around the county, but I think it still plays like a major role, you know, just with the heritage and stuff like that. Even some of the shoe factories that are not producing shoes now, if you look around the town, they're turned into like lovely flats and stuff like that, you know, it's still a major part. It's just nice that some are still remaining, obviously.
You'll then go into finishing. That's when it all really starts to look like a pair of shoes or boots.
The whole town is built on heritage, and I think we just need to come in contact with how in-depth the shoemaking industry has had the effect on the town and other incomes throughout the town, and I think it always will be a massive part of the town.
It will then go through to QC, he'll do a final check, and then they'll put in a box and sent out. When you look at the history that Northampton has with shoemaking, you know, we can sort of say it's sort of where it started.
I just think shoes are such personal items that everybody wears and that everybody has a story that they can tell about their shoes.